Now, the human impact on climate change is unequivocal and could lead to extreme heat waves, rising sea levels and an ice-free Arctic summer. In the most definitive warning yet, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, says that despite a pause in warming over the last 15 years, if the world fails to stop pumping out harmful greenhouse gases, it could heat up to danger levels in a matter of decades. Campaigners say governments must take urgent action or it will be too late. Our science editor, Tom Clark, reports.
250 scientists, 195 governments and thousands of pages of analysis all conclude the world is warming. Not just the atmosphere, the oceans too. And only a rapid reduction in greenhouse gas emissions has any real chance of turning back the tide.
Human influence on the climate system is clear. Climate change challenges the two primary resources of humans and ecosystems: land and water.
This 6-yearly update of the science concludes temperatures have risen by almost a degree over the past century. It is extremely likely that global warming seen since 1950 is man-made. It predicts global average temperatures are likely to rise between 1.5 and 4.5 degrees by 2100. And sea levels, says the IPCC, have been rising faster since Victorian times than at any point in the last 2 millennia. Time travel down Isambard Kingdom Brunel's Great Western Main Line, and you can see why that's important.
This seawall was built to protect the railway from a 1-in-100-year storm event. Now, since Victorian times, when the railway was built, sea levels already risen by about 19 centimetres. Based on today's IPCC report, the sea's going to come up by an additional 26 to 82 centimetres. That means by 2100, what is today a 1-in-100-year storm will be an annual occurrence. This stretch of railway and much of the rest of our coastal infrastructure has got a one-way ticket to the bottom of the sea.
The report also gives short shrift to an observed lack of land surface temperature increases since a very hot year in 1998. Sceptical observers claim that shows global warming has stopped.
Well, first of all, it's important to understand what's been happening. So temperatures are still at record levels. Each of the last 3 decades have been successively warmer. And it's that longer-term trend which is important for whether or not we're changing our climate, and the overwhelming evidence is that we are.
Not everything is more certain. This report concludes the impact of warming on extreme weather, like hurricanes and floods, is less clear than researchers previously thought. The future of Britain's weather is particularly complicated by the fickle jet stream. It's possible the UK could see cool periods ahead as the average global temperature goes up. As best as the facts can be established, this report lays them down, and they should be viewed, say scientists, in the knowledge that since their last report in 2007, we've pumped 200 billion more tonnes of CO2 into the atmosphere.
I've been watching this story develop for 30, 40 years, and I'm concerned. You know, as a scientist, I see the evidence. As a citizen, as a citizen of planet Earth, I'm worried.
The science doesn't tell us we have to act, but it gives us a good idea of what the future will look like if we carry on standing where we are.